All right, y'all, we back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions, and right now, we finna see how police captured a killer soldier 7 years later. Let's go.
Out off of Southeast Main Street, there was a body that was found in the house, okay? We were able to say that it is Cat, okay? I'm so sorry for your loss, sir.
This is 28-year-old John Blauvelt, learning that his missing wife was discovered in an abandoned house, brutally murdered, surrounded by satanic markings. However, John had a disturbing secret he couldn't tell the interviewer that day.
Down. If I wipe her down.
Using his military experience, he carried out a near-perfect murder that kept detectives one step behind for years. And by the time investigators began to narrow in on him, John was already long gone, living in a new state, in a new house, running away with his 17-year-old girlfriend, and seemingly getting away for good.
This defies any kind of logic that I have experienced in my 62 years on this earth.
We know more than you think we do.
What if I told you that your cell phone did ping somewhere other than where you say you were?
Yeesh. Let's get it.
It's 2:15 p.m. on October 24th, 2016. 22-year-old Katie Blauvelt is captured on CCTV inside her workplace. Her shift is soon coming to an end, and she's planning to meet her mother at 3 p.m. that same day. She leaves, calls her mother, and takes a selfie, unaware it's the last photo she ever takes. Not long after, her phone pings a location for the last time, and Katie disappears without a trace.
Oh, shit.
5 hours passed by. It's now 7 p.m., and Katie never arrived for dinner with her mother. Worried, the mother and other family members try calling her multiple times, but her phone has no signal. At 7:48 p.m., Katie's mother reports her missing. Officers, friends, and family mobilize to look for her, and the search officially begins. But this left detectives with a critical 5-hour gap in the timeline, one they would spend months trying to piece together. 10 hours would go past without any clues about Katie's whereabouts.
A 5-hour gap, that's a nice head start. 5 hours.
Then, at 12:33 a.m., the police receive an unexpected call. One of Katie's friends is on the line, claiming he's just found her body, dead, inside an abandoned house deep in a nearby forest.
Huh?
Simpsonville 911, what's location of your emergency?
I'm in that Discover Church across from it, in the woods.
You're at Discover Church across from where?
In the woods across from it. I was worried about my friend, Katie, and she went missing. She's been missing for a while now, and we came in this house that we used to all hang out in, and she's in there. She's not alive.
Quickly, medics and police rush to the address of an abandoned house deep in the woods. Upon arriving at the scene,
Wait, what? What the fuck? Who the hell just hangs out at a house in the middle? Okay. Oh, see, we ain't got an introduction to what type of girl this was. In the middle of the goddamn woods, in a fucking abandoned house with satanic shit all over it.
Officers notice multiple graffiti markings, including apparent satanic symbols. Soon after, they identify the caller as Wayne Roper, a friend of Katie who leads them into the basement of the abandoned house. There, officers find a large concrete box sealed with plywood. When they remove the cover, they're met with a horrifying sight. Katie's body lies inside, with a knife pierced through her neck and 16 stab wounds across her body.
Oh.
The lack of struggle and the state of her clothing, with her shirt pulled up and her lower clothes missing, suggested a sexually motivated killing. All of these details point detectives straight to Wayne as their first potential suspect. But what they don't realize is that this is exactly what the killer wants them to think. Every detail of the scene has been arranged to send them chasing the wrong lead. Without realizing it, detectives have walked straight into the killer's setup. As the night went on, forensics revealed chilling details. Katie's body had been dragged to the basement and her phone was found submerged in water to destroy it. Wayne is detained and brought in for questioning. At the moment, detectives believe they have their killer and they're ready to push for a confession.
Let's bring in the whole friend group at this point, because who the hell all hangs out at this house in the middle of the goddamn woods? All you motherfuckers are suspects. Anybody that's in the middle of the damn woods in an abandoned, creepy-ass house and y'all just hanging out chilling, y'all all weird as fuck. Bring them all in.
Wayne, I'm sorry to keep you waiting, brother.
Hey, buddy. What's your name, pal?
Franklin Wayne Roper.
I'm sorry?
Franklin Wayne Roper.
Franklin or Wayne?
Think about reading.
At this point, Wayne believes he's been brought in to be questioned as a witness after the heartbreaking discovery, unaware that detectives are already convinced about his involvement in the murder and any statement he makes might be used against him.
I think you know why you're here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me how did you meet Katie? Just from the time you met her, kind of what your relationship was, and leading you up until, 11:30 or so last night, okay?
I first met her, we were friends at first, and then we dated for like a month or so, and then that's whenever I moved.
Motive. This was your ex, and you wanted some more of her. She wouldn't let you have her, so that's what they could run with. Okay, okay. All right, let's go.
The Liberty with my dad, and we stayed in contact for a little bit, and then once I left my dad's and went to North Carolina, we lost contact.
Detectives begin the interview by learning that Wayne and Katie were once together, but quickly, Wayne reveals something that would immediately put suspicion onto his name.
Maybe a year later, that Katie got married to John Blauvelt, and then one night,
What?
she came and hung out with us with John. It was the first time I've seen her since I moved, and since then, John offered me to move in with them, a roommate, being $200 a month. And I took it up. It was a good deal.
So you lived with her and her husband?
Yeah.
What? Your ex-boyfriend moved in with... Would y'all ever move y'all ex-girlfriend in or ex-boyfriend in with you and your girl and you and your husband or your wife? That's crazy.
That's weird.
It was.
When was this? Do you remember when this was?
When I lived with them? It was before June this year.
As Wayne explains that he once dated Katie and later lived with her and her husband, detectives gain another reason to suspect him: jealousy. And just as everything appears to be moving in the perfect direction for the real killer and his carefully constructed plan, Wayne makes a claim that complicates the investigation and may just be enough to ruin the killer's plan.
Living there, everything like going okay, Then they started having arguments because of me, because she used to talk about me before, and she told me that he was jealous of me, and their arguments started getting worse, and that was whenever he got drunk one night and he cussed her out, and he had her in the bathroom. They were just pretty much just screaming at each other, and then from there she ended up moving back with her mom, I think.
When did you and Katie, when you were living with John and Katie, were y'all being intimate with each other?
It was only once.
Bruh. Wait, like y'all was swinging, or you fucked her while he was gone at work? Which one was it? Oh my God.
And John was there or not there?
It was like a threesome thing.
Oh.
And
Paul.
And how did that come about?
I was drunk and he was drunk, and it was her idea. After that, he changed.
If true, Wayne's claims about John's violent behavior could shift suspicion towards him. But despite Wayne's accusations, something still doesn't add up. His story, with its inconsistencies and gaps, keeps raising suspicions. Because prior to this interrogation, detectives learned that on the day of Katie's death, Wayne arrived late to work and he admits to walking near the abandoned house around the time Katie disappeared. More importantly, while at work, Wayne was aware that Katie might be inside that very house. Yet despite that suspicion, he never alerted authorities. Instead, he waited until the end of the day, went there himself, and only then called the police.
Oh, that is interesting. That is interesting. Why you didn't hit the popo first?
All of this places Wayne squarely in the crosshairs of investigators and unknowingly pushes them further into the real killer's trap. Because in the next few minutes, the interview will take a terrifying turn as detectives unknowingly edge closer to forcing an innocent man into confession to a brutal murder that he never committed.
Why did you call the police?
I didn't think of it at the time. I didn't.
Did you know she was dead?
No.
Why would you think the best idea is for you to walk into what turns out to be her final resting place where somebody murdered her and dumped her down there like a piece of trash? You know why you didn't look in the bathroom?
We glanced in there with the flashlight. Like if you're standing at the door of it, you can see in there.
You can't see in the tub. I'm telling you, I was up there in the day. Because she wasn't in the tub. This defies any kind of logic that I have experienced in my 62 years on this earth.
You look like you're gonna pass out.
This is too much.
I bet it is.
Get it off of you then.
I'm sure it is.
All you gotta do is lay it down.
Ooh, I know listen, in this cop's mind, his mind is made up already that nigga's guilty. And that's a fucked up situation to be in. When you know you're not guilty and you're trying to help a dead friend. I'm literally trying to search for my dead homegirl and I found her and I came to y'all to tell y'all and now y'all looking at me like I did it. And I know I didn't do it, but all signs look like I did. Only because the nigga who did it, I lived with him. He learned my mannerisms and how I move and what I do. So he was able to plant it like it was me. Damn, that's a cold one.
You lay the burden down, that's the only way you'll be forgiven. You gotta say, I messed up. Help me. That's what you gotta say. And I'll do it. But I'm not gonna do it on credit.
Detectives remain suspicious of Wayne, but with him sticking to his story and no hard evidence, they couldn't yet arrest him. Instead, they collected his DNA sample to compare with the DNA found underneath Katie's fingernails. But that's when, just a few hours after Wayne's interview, as police search the area around the abandoned house, they stumble upon Katie's car, only a few miles from the crime scene, left abandoned in a nearby parking lot. It looked as if she had left in a hurry, but the reason her car ended up there would remain one of the biggest mysteries for the following months. Up to this point, everything was going according to the killer's plan, one designed and carried out by Katie's own husband, John Blauvelt.
So this nigga, where is he at while all this is going on? How are they not going to the boyfriend first? Aside from this nigga who called, why are they not going at the boy? Is he in the military? Is he? All right, let's keep watching.
But Wayne's comments about his jealousy pushed detectives to dig deeper. What they found was a restraining order filed months earlier after John had allegedly pulled a gun on Katie when she refused to give him her phone. For the first time, despite his efforts, officers were seriously beginning to suspect John. So the next day, on October 26th, detectives approach him at his office on the military base where he works. Their goal is simple: hear his side of the story, verify his alibi for the day Katie died, and see how he reacts under pressure. For most perpetrators, this would be the moment everything starts to fall apart. But John isn't like the rest. He would play it perfectly.
Oh, he's gonna take the victim role. His wife, I'm crying. Okay. Listen, anytime it got something to do with military, for some reason, in all these reactions, they always on some crazy shit. I ain't gonna lie. Anytime military is involved, they did it.
All right, well, they're out off of Southeast Main Street. There was a body that was found in a house, okay, an abandoned house. And at this point, we're able to say that it is Captain, okay? I'm so sorry for your loss, sir. At this time, we are investigating, and we would investigate every death the same way. We start with homicide and work our way from there, okay? What the restraining order deal? What's the deal with that?
That's because a charge back that I got back in February, domestic violence first degree.
Do you know if she had any issues with anybody? Anybody that wouldn't hurt her or anything like that?
No, and I know that she's been dating around, and it's whatever, because I've been too. But
Notice how John intentionally directs detectives towards the fact that Katie is dating around. Him pointing this out isn't a coincidence. It's a strategy. By controlling the narrative this early, John is quietly planting a story that will protect him later.
Did you work this Monday?
Mm-hmm.
What time did you get off Monday?
Like 2:30ish, 2, I don't know.
Did you stop anywhere on the way home?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this, why were you looking for Katie?
For Cheyenne. Cheyenne's destroyed right now, and I'm just trying to help her out.
Who do you know that would want to do harm to her?
Not nobody.
Do you know there's a guy that used to live with you, redheaded fella?
Redhead?
Yeah.
Wayne?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's his story?
Just regular dude, good guy.
Friends with him.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do for the Army?
Well, right now I just sit in this office, small office right now. Because of the civil investigation, all of my recruiting duties have been suspended.
Are you familiar with this abandoned house?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the spot.
What's the spot?
Hangout spot. Am I being charged with a crime? Because he's recording me, and I'm not comfortable with that.
Guilty conscience. And here we go. Now you're finna be on their radar because of that question right there. They're gonna be on your ass.
No, if I am, I'd like to contact a lawyer. Because this is uncomfortable.
Okay.
You're not being charged, okay, with a crime right now.
It was at that moment he fucked up.
As the interview ends, John does something counterintuitive. He defends Wayne, the man he's secretly framing. It's a manipulation tactic known as reverse empathy. By showing compassion, he makes himself appear harmless and trustworthy. John's first interrogation had gone almost perfectly, leaving detectives with little they could use against him. Still, they couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. With no evidence to hold him, he was let go, and officers would turn to those closest to John and Katie, their friends and family, unaware that John had already influenced them. Detectives started with Crystal, Katie's best friend, and at the time, also John's roommate. John knew exactly what to expect here. In his interrogation, he had already planted the idea that Katie was dating around, and Crystal, being one of Katie's close friends, also knew about her dating habits. His hope was that she would unknowingly reinforce this misdirection, steering suspicion towards anyone but him.
Alright, October 28th, 2016, 4:47 p.m., Simpsonville Police Department. Like I said, all I ask is that you don't tell John you're up here, and he's not the only suspect. There's other people we're talking to and questioning. So, has he made any statements about, if I go to jail for Katie's murder?
He's just, he said that, it sucks for him because he feels like he's gonna get in trouble for it, but he's like, I didn't do this, I'm tired of people coming after me.
Right.
See, me and John actually really do get along. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie about him at all. I'm gonna tell you the straight up truth. If he's acting weird, I'm gonna tell you, but it wasn't. I was thinking last night about it, I really was. Just maybe a split second thought that it could have been John. But ever since Katie's gone missing, he's made sure that there was more than one person around him. At the time that Katie died at 8 o'clock at night, all three of us were sitting in the living room. From 5 o'clock when he came back home.
It was a 5-hour gap. It was a lot of time, man. It was a lot of time in between. Woo.
till me and my boyfriend left for work the next morning. He was there.
Notice how Crystal mentions that John got home at 5 p.m. and stayed there the entire evening until morning. It's a detail that would later turn out to be part of John's manipulation.
So, if you had to take a guess at who killed him,
I don't know because I heard a lot of things.
Like
and I
what?
know she had a tender, and I know that she was dating a lot of people. From Cheyenne telling me that she took a lot of people down in the house.
So it's playing all into his story to where they can't key in on just one or two people or three people. Now she just told that the girl that's dead brings a lot of people there. So now, damn, the options are endless now. Shit.
I didn't even know the house existed.
What were John's feelings or thoughts toward Katie to you?
I mean, I know that he loved her. I know that he still does. I mean, he's mad because of what Katie is accusing. He held the gun up to my head and stuff like that. And just by the way she was talking, I knew she was lying. Because that's what she did. Me and her used to get each other in trouble all the time in high school. That's what she would do. She would lie,
All right. I think we're done. Anything?
Just as John hoped, Crystal's account added fuel to the idea he had planted. By emphasizing Katie's dating life, she unknowingly fed into John's narrative.
Exactly. But what makes this even crazier is the type of people that would entertain her. Like, just think about that, y'all. Y'all meet a girl on Tinder, and she say, hey, I want to take you to my hangout. And she make you park outside the woods and walk you in the woods to a creepy ass house in the middle of the fucking woods. Are you going to trust her to walk in there? Or are you going to think that she's going to try to kill you? Which one?
Suggesting the threat may have come from someone she was seeing, maybe even Wayne. Next came Catherine, John's ex-wife and the mother of his child. He had already made sure she wouldn't say too much. Fear and their shared child would be enough to keep her quiet.
This is Investigator Hawkins.
Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you.
With you being married to him for 7 years, with the drinking, greed, and sober, has there been any violence between the two of you? Okay. I mean, I'm not here to go and arrest him for something that happened, 10 years ago or anything like that.
But I just don't want to go into anything that had to do with us, because that doesn't have anything to do with what happened between him and Katie.
I mean, it's not that you're incriminating yourself.
He's a good guy. I mean, I'm alive, gotcha, but I would assume I wouldn't be if he was that crazy.
Well, you never know. It only takes one time for somebody to snap.
No, but he's never snapped with me for some reason.
Plus, you two have a kid together, so.
Yeah, there's that,
Maybe
but.
that has something to do with it. All right, I'll give you a business card with my phone number on there.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much for coming up here. I appreciate it.
Catherine's silence kept John safe for now.
Yeah, she did a good job supporting her killer-ass husband, her killer baby daddy. She did a great job.
But the final interview with Katie's niece, Cheyenne, would not go according to John's plan. Unlike Crystal or Catherine, she wouldn't protect him. Instead, she would point suspicion directly at John and reveal a motive that would tie everything together. For the first time, his carefully built plan would start to fall apart.
Damn, the niece.
Alrighty. Your name is Cheyenne Paxton, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is Thursday, October 27th at 8:52 a.m. Simpsonville Police Department. This is in reference to the homicide investigation of Katie Blauvelt. Have you ever seen John get violent towards Katie?
I've never seen him put his hands on. I've seen them argue.
Would Katie have gone over to his house on her own?
Within the last 3 weeks to a month, like I know.
So if he says he hasn't seen her since July, that's
July. Yeah, no, he's seen her. I know.
Uh-oh. Well, there goes one lie she debunked already for them.
That John is really angry at Katie for a lot of things.
Uh-oh.
Nobody's mad about her for.
He feels like that it's her fault. That all, like,
What?
You know, that their relationship went bad. And everything kind of went bad for a little while. He feels like it's your fault that he's losing his job. And that he got in any trouble.
Huh?
And he just blames it all on her, you know? And I don't know if this matters or not.
Uh-oh. Oh, whoa. Breaking. Here we go.
But I know he has like a $150,000 life insurance policy on her too.
Oh, shit. Oh, this nigga is losing his job. When they went to go sit with him, he was mad that he had to sit in there. He hated what he was doing. So they lined that up, boom. And then if she dies, he get $150,000. That put him back on his feet. Motive. Got him. Damn. Life insurance policy? It's always a life insurance policy in them goddamn married couples, man.
All right. I appreciate you coming in. I know it's not easy, especially when somebody close to you, but it's important. A lot of this information you gave us, good information that we need. So.
Cheyenne's interview gave detectives their first real motive, pointing to John. But motive wasn't enough. They needed evidence.
Damn.
They have a few leads, but they have no defined person of interest just yet.
As the investigation dragged on, the detectives' frustration began to grow. John had covered himself so carefully that they couldn't even get a judge to approve a DNA warrant. Without it, they had nothing that could tie him directly to Katie's final moments. It's now been 4 days since Katie was killed, and detectives didn't have any solid evidence. They knew John was smart, but so were they. Out of options and patience, they began planning something different. They began forming a new, risky, and very unconventional plan. In just 2 days, they would set a trap for John. A trap at Katie's own funeral.
Oh, these dirty motherfuckers.
In the days leading up to the funeral, detectives stayed ready. While they waited, Katie's family mourned and tried to make sense of what happened. 22-year-old Katie had spent the past year working at PetSmart, surrounded by animals she was saving and taking care of. She was easygoing and warm, quick to make friends, and close with her family. But her peaceful life from just days earlier would make what was about to come only more unsettling. As the day of the funeral came, detectives entered the funeral home early, working quietly before guests began to arrive. They positioned hidden cameras around the room and secretly wired the space for sound. Everything inside the funeral home looked normal, but in reality...
Bro, they got a microphone under the casket? No fucking respect. No respect. A microphone under the casket.
Detectives controlled every detail. They'd placed cups of water and other drinks where guests could easily reach them. The plan was simple. Get John to drink from one of the cups, catch it on video, collect his DNA from the cup, and compare it to the DNA found on Katie's body.
Wow.
On October 30th, the day of the funeral, detectives set their plan into motion. But what their cameras are about to capture goes far beyond anything they expect.
Oh, man. Stop. She's all fucked up. They laughing? Who the hell is that? He talking to?
As John leaves the funeral home, detectives know their plan has worked. They quickly return to retrieve the cup he had drank from and the hidden camera they placed earlier.
Who the hell was he talking to and was laughing? The girl was laughing, whoever she was.
They review the footage. 3 critical things stand out, all of which will become pivotal to the entire investigation. The first is exactly what they were hoping for. John drinks from one of the cups and leaves it behind, giving detectives the evidence they need to collect his DNA without a warrant and compare it to the samples found on Katie. The second detail is something they never expected. The footage captures John walking up to the casket, taking pictures of Katie's body while making unsettling comments. And the third, perhaps most unsettling of all, is that John isn't alone. Standing beside him is an unidentified young woman who quietly tells him to stop taking pictures, then giggles moments later. Her behavior immediately drew attention, and
yeah, who the hell is that? Laughing? That's crazy. That's a cold sign right there. You laughing after looking at her dead body? Like, hold on, bitch, you had something to do with this?
detectives decided to collect her cup as well for DNA testing. And when they began digging into her identity, they discovered the woman was 17-year-old Hannah Thompson, a friend, and more recently, John's new roommate. They also learned that she had once been close friends with Katie. Given her connection to John and Katie and her strange behavior at the funeral, detectives know Hannah isn't just another witness. She might be the key to solving the entire case.
Oh.
And they were dead on.
Oh,
at this
my
point,
God.
detectives have interviewed...
Oh, this is a plot twist right here. What the fuck? Dog, so her own friend is in on this shit with her, and she's probably fucking this nigga. And he done told her, hey, I'm gonna get you some chili. All I need you to do is help me get rid of her. They ain't gonna never expect it was me. Oh, this is probably a buildup. He probably been plotting this out for a couple months. Making sure that, oh my God, this is crazy.
Wayne, John, and people from both John and Katie's circle. They also collected crucial evidence and leads, and now believe that Hannah, the 17-year-old who lived with John, could be the key to uncovering the truth about Katie's murder. The next day, on October 31st, a week after Katie's death, detectives approach Hannah and bring her in for interrogation. If anyone knows what really happened, it's her.
It's her.
When was the last time you saw Katie?
Like a few months ago.
What was your feelings towards her?
I mean, I've always seen her as like a friend because like I lived with her for a little bit.
Right. So is it fair to say you were on good terms with her when she was killed?
Mm-hmm.
Why you laugh at her dead body then? Huh? That's what they're gonna ask you.
Did you end up going to her visitation Saturday?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so you didn't get to say goodbye to her? I know John, I think, went there Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You didn't get to go with him?
I went with him, yeah. I didn't go Saturday though because her family doesn't really like me. Her niece Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like kind of like off and on friends, and I think she might have said something about me that her family didn't really like me.
Did you go in the room and pay your respects, or
Mm-hmm.
how did that go?
It was hard. It was really hard.
How long?
That's where you fucked up at. It was at this moment you fucked up.
You stay in the room with her casket?
Like 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes.
What y'all talk about while you're in there?
We didn't talk at all.
Nothing?
Mm-hmm. We just each had our like moments, I guess.
John never take his cell phone out and take a picture of her?
No, he didn't.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Or you can tell me. Some people do that.
Yeah, no, he never took a picture of her.
Watch Hannah's behavior closely. As the questions get more direct, her eyes start darting between the detectives. She fidgets with her hands, picks at her nails. Her whole demeanor shifts. It's clear she's getting nervous, and the detectives can see it too.
So they finna tear her up.
You were in that room, you two never talked at all?
Mm-mm. I kind of rubbed his back a little bit. You know, I told him that it was okay, but other than that, we didn't really talk.
Was he crying?
Mm-hmm.
Were you crying?
It's just hard, like, seeing somebody cry.
I bet.
Oh my God.
Monday night at some point before you went out, you guys carried out a bag of trash to your car. Or to his car, right?
I don't remember.
Okay. So you don't recall carrying out a trash bag or him cleaning anything up? Having to put stuff in the trash?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
On Monday, the day Katie was killed, one of their roommates reported seeing John and Hannah carrying out several bags of trash at the...
Oh my Jesus Christ. Oh my God. We thought this nigga was slick, man. This nigga sloppy as shit. What the fuck?
At the time, detectives didn't think much of it. It felt like a small, irrelevant detail with nothing to back it up. But now, with all this new information coming together, that statement suddenly stood out. It was another piece of the puzzle, something they could finally use to put more pressure on Hannah.
Just so you understand, we've been working this case steady since she disappeared.
Right.
So there's a lot of these things that we know the answers to. I can tell you already, you're lying to me.
Ah, gotcha.
You do not want to get wrapped up in catching the murder charge. I gotta tell you a little something. At the funeral home, we were there. Okay? There was a camera in the room. There was a recorder in the room. We heard everything you guys said. So do you want to go back and rehash that?
I don't. It was not easy to see her like that.
Is that why there was some giggling and stuff?
Oh!
There's not any giggling.
Oh!
We've been doing this longer than you've been alive. You're not slicker than us. You know, you're not going to outsmart us. We've talked to people. This is a murder. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about somebody that stabbed a girl in the neck to the point where the knife went all the way through to the other side?
She about to break down. She about to cry, y'all. Get ready. Got her.
Then stick her body like a piece of trash in the basement of an abandoned house to sit there for a day.
Look at her nose flaring up. Her nose is flaring up. She about to cry. She about to crack. She already cracked, but she about to crack. Got her.
Now, before somebody finds her.
Look at her, man. She's right here.
I want to look at her.
That's your friend.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Don't want to do what? Don't want to help us find out who killed her?
All you gotta do is tell the truth. It would be so easy.
I can't look at her.
Can
I can't look at her.
Can I tell you something? To tell the truth, you don't have to try. It just flows. It just comes out.
We're also aware of what people have told us about you and Katie.
Uh-oh.
And they're telling us that you didn't like her one bit.
Oh.
Well, after me and John started, getting together, Katie started not liking me. If you know something and you're trying to cover up for it, you're gonna go down with the rest of them. You're gonna go down with the person who did this to her. I don't know anything about her murder.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
I really don't.
We really do. You do. We know more than you think we do.
The giggling was a dead giveaway, y'all. That she knows something about. That's basically putting it on him, and if not on him, on both of them together. The fact that she giggled at a fucking funeral is crazy. Who the fuck giggles when they go look at a dead body in a casket?
I don't want to talk anymore right now.
Good luck to you.
Even after being confronted with the footage and being caught in multiple lies, Hannah refused to give up on any additional details she may withhold. But while none of this gave detectives the definitive proof they needed, John didn't know that. And that uncertainty was exactly what they were counting on. So detectives decide to bring him in again, this time more prepared and ready to push harder than before. They planned to corner him with everything they had. But they'd have to be careful. If they pushed too far without enough to arrest him, it could tip him off, causing him to disappear.
We hadn't really had a chance to sit down. I know I talked to you that day when we notified you about her death. Yeah. And things are kind of emotional and everything, so. Right. So the viewing was Saturday, right?
Right. 2 to 4 on Saturday.
And when did you get
I went Sunday, 2:30 on Sunday.
Okay. So they just had a private thing for you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you go by yourself?
Yeah. Well, I took Hannah with me.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
How was that hard?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Y'all see that neck crack? He's getting uncomfortable. They be watching all these they be watching all this shit. How you moving in there, little twitches you be doing, glitches and everything. They watching everything this nigga do watch.
I mean, first of all, there's nobody there but me and her. So we're just kind of standing there staring at Katie's nasty, dirty, disgusting body. I've seen people dead. I've fucking dealt with this shit before. And now there's nobody else there. You know what I mean?
That night, somebody says you and Hannah were putting some trash from a bag, like a trash bag in the back of the Prius.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where
the Prius?
Oh, yeah. Marley had the most explosive shit on the floor and stunk up the whole house. I threw out 4 towels
This moment reveals Hannah's lie. She claimed she couldn't remember taking any trash out, yet John's statement confirms otherwise. It's a small clue, but one that'll soon become part of a much bigger picture.
So you guys got home around 3 roughly.
Got him.
Brandon and
Crystal
were there. What happened after that, after you're done running?
We went and met my friend Scott to get some money that he owes me.
What's he owe you?
He owed me $500 for when he crashed my car.
Where'd y'all meet with Scott
at the Zaxby's on Fairview.
But he was in the Army with you?
Yeah. Yeah,
we deployed together?
We deployed together.
Did you go anywhere before that?
No.
This is where John makes his first mistake, mentioning a name detectives have never heard before. Charles Scott, his friend from the military, someone who'd later prove to know far more about the night Katie died than anyone realized.
Oh my God, why'd you have to bring in Charlie? Why you have to bring in Charlie, bro? You know this nigga finna tell. He probably scared as shit as the police. He got the I'm scared of police face. He finna snitch for sure. Look at that hairline. Look at that goddamn hairline.
I don't know how much you know about cell phones and stuff like that, but as you go around, your cell phone's constantly searching for signals and stuff like that. So with that said, is there anything, going back to last Monday, is there anything that you've told me that your cell phone records would say otherwise?
I don't believe so.
What if I told you that your cell phone did ping somewhere other than where you say you were?
Then I'd also say that her cell phone pinged in West Virginia.
Huh?
Yeah, that ended up being a AT&T mishap.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh man,
What
this
if
is bad.
I told you that Charles Scott's phone number pinged in the same area that yours did?
Oh.
Not around Zaxby's.
When?
Monday night.
Oh.
Scott Friedman moving on him. We can call him. You can ask him.
Okay. So.
How many people are in on this, man? So the Hannah girl and now Charles, this nigga, what? I thought he did this shit by himself. He included a lot of people.
So this Monday night that we were talking about around 6:15, sometime around that time frame, can you think of any reason your phone would show that you were in that area of Augusta Road and Whitehorse Road?
No.
Is there any reason you and Charles were talking a lot that evening?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
See, that's the night that he was here. That's the night he was available.
I'm not looking to offend you, but it's questions that we need to get answered and cleared up.
Okay.
Did Katie have any kind of life insurance policy?
Through the military, yeah. She's automatically enrolled.
Okay.
Same as my daughter.
Would you be willing to take polygraph so we can go ahead and do that with you and eliminate you and start looking elsewhere?
I have to talk to my lawyer about that first.
Okay.
See what he says, because I don't know about that at all.
As the interview ends, detectives have their first real connection between John and Charles. Both of their phones show activity near the area where Katie's body was found.
Oh my God, dog. Both of their phones? Jesus Christ. This shit is crazy.
It isn't enough to make an arrest, but it's enough to keep digging. And with a new name now tied to the night of the murder, John can sense it. Detectives are closing in.
Why did he
At
put
this
his name in
point,
there?
the main circle of suspects included Wayne, John, Hannah, and now more recently, Charles Scott, John's friend from the Army. But as detectives slowly pressed forward, John was growing uneasy. For the first time, he was starting to realize his master plan might not hold. That's when, on November 4th, 11 days after Katie was killed, detectives received a call that would send the case in a whole new direction. Crystal, who was John's roommate and had been interviewed earlier, came forward with information that changed everything.
Hi, Crystal. Hello. How are you?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
What's been going on since?
She got some info on John. She got some info.
I don't know. You got a phone call on Wednesday?
At 3:30, he called and he said, are y'all at home? And we said no. And he said, okay, all right, bye. And then just hung up. Well, me and Brandon got home about 6:15, 6:30, and we seen that in our room we have, like I said, the Halloween lights just going across the ceiling. The attic is right where that light is at, and I had the lights going across the attic. Well, when we come back, they were just torn down. We haven't even touched them. They were just ripped out from the attic. And once we figured out he was gone, we went searching through the house, making sure all the windows were locked and covered. And because I've never been in a house alone like that, except for my apartment. But he was gone, you know, and we couldn't call him because the cops have his phone. I said, Brandon, we need to go back outside and call the Simpsonville Detective Warlock. And I told him what was happening, and he was like, you know, I was like, you know, if you want to come and search the house right now, I'll give you full permission. And he said, well, I can't do that without a warrant. And he was like, and I was like, well, I mean, there's no way that somebody can come out here and like search the house or anything like that. And he said, no. He said, your best bet is to go stay the night somewhere else. He was like, because you're possibly living with a murderer.
John.
Ooh. Damn. That's deep. That's deep. What are y'all doing? Your roommate. Let me ask y'all, real shit. Don't lie either. Your roommate, wife come up missing, body gone, and then your roommate start acting funny. And you like, hold on, what's going on? And something that's, you know, a light's going across your attic, never been tore down. All of a sudden it's tore down. Signs he done went in the attic and did some shit. Are you ignoring it? Or are you calling the police? Are you questioning it? What are you going to do? How would you go about this? Your roommate. And if it's a girl, vice versa, ladies. If it's a female and the husband come up missing and she start acting weird, what are you doing?
Was gone. His disappearance also meant he abandoned his military service, officially classifying him as a deserter. However, as investigators would soon learn, he wasn't alone.
That
He had
nigga went
fled
AWOL. He
with
got on.
none other than the 17-year-old girl, Hannah Thompson. And as officers across the state searched every highway, every motel, every possible route out of South Carolina with no sign of either of them, it became clear this wasn't just an investigation anymore. This was a manhunt. In the days that followed, leads were few. The pair had vanished completely off the grid. A 28-year-old former Army sergeant and a 17-year-old teenager, gone without a trace. Then,
What the
on
fuck is
November
going on?
19th, 26 days after Katie's death, a small breakthrough happened. John's red Yukon was captured on CCTV near Las Cruces, New Mexico, about 1,600 miles from Simpsonville, South Carolina, where he disappeared.
Of course. Where else, y'all? Will I tell y'all the number 2 places on here where the most shit be happening at? Florida and New Mexico. God damn it. God damn it. New Mexico. You always find a way in these goddamn videos, man. New Mexico always find a way to be in these videos, dog.
And just 2 days later, on November 21st, that same Yukon was found abandoned in the mountains of Umatilla County in Oregon, over 1,400 miles away from Las Cruces.
That nigga drove to Oregon?
Inside the vehicle, investigators found John's laptop, clothes, and camping gear scattered around, suggesting that after the crash, John and Hannah grabbed what they could and ran into the woods. The discovery confirmed what detectives had already feared. John and Hannah were constantly on the move, crossing state lines and staying just far enough ahead of law enforcement to vanish again.
Bro, y'all know how far that is driving, bro? Fucking Oregon from goddamn South Carolina? God damn. Them niggas was... Damn, that's a long-ass drive.
Later that same day, authorities issued arrest warrants for both John and Hannah, officially turning the case into a nationwide manhunt. By this point, John and Hannah had already been on the run for over 2 weeks before any warrants were ever issued, putting them far ahead of law enforcement and nearly impossible to track. But once the warrants went active, detectives finally gained full access to their phones, chat logs, and internet history. And that's when their worst suspicions were confirmed.
I just woke up and I already feel sad again. I feel like you're still talking to Katie.
I promise you I'm not talking to Katie.
I will leave you if you talk to her. I swear.
I know. I'm not and I won't. She's gone. I'm done with her. I promise. I'm going through with that thing though soon.
I'm gonna be staying with you.
Good.
The messages between the two suggest that John had been planning the murder for months prior to it actually happening.
I told you, I knew it. Fucking I knew it. I told you he been mapping this shit out. He been mapping this shit out. motherfucker. Oh my God, to go be with a teenage girl. Come on, bro. So you was gonna get them, you killing your girlfriend so you can get $150,000 to go be with a little teenage girl. What a fucking weirdo. What the fuck?
And upon searching his internet history, they found searches like how to make a two-way radio or how to sharpen a knife, leaving little to no doubt about his involvement. But with John and Hannah still missing, detectives had little choice but to wait, hoping for the next break that could pull them back on the trail. And that's when, on November 25th, 21 days after John and Hannah's disappearance and over a month after Katie's death, detectives got a call from a South Carolina prison. But the caller wasn't just anyone. The call came from the cellmate of Charles Scott, John's army friend who was already in custody for an unrelated charge.
My confession.
Charles's phone had pinged near the abandoned house on the day Katie died.
I told y'all, look at his hairline, he's a snitch. He's a snitch. I knew he was gonna fucking tell.
And his cellmate was about to provide a lead that could give detectives the breakthrough they desperately needed, with details only the killer could have known.
Just as we're talking today, is that Charles Scott you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. He told me that he had killed a girl, helped kill a girl with one of his buddies named John, something like that. You know, they had put her in a drug house or an abandoned house in a basement in a box that takes two people to open. He was the one that coerced her to the spot where John come up behind her and got her, grabbed her. They met at a different location. When John got her, they put a knife to her. John stabbed her. I don't know how many times John stabbed her. He didn't say. He said he knows he stabbed her twice and John made him stab her twice. He actually said it scared him when he stabbed her at first, but then after he stabbed her, it made him feel a little better.
William's statements are shocking. His account of what happened closely mirrors the possible events of the night Katie died, and what he says next only grows more disturbing.
He said, well, this is the second time, but the first time he told me about, you know, how he coerced her to come to the spot, and now they was going to talk about something about John, trying to help John come off of marijuana, and John's on drugs real bad. After John grabbed her, they put her in John's Tahoe, red Tahoe, and took her to the scene.
Damn, that nigga know all the information, man. He know about the red Tahoe, the names, everything. Golly, this nigga was in jail talking.
So where did they say where they actually killed her at?
In the back of the Tahoe, on the tarp. I said, look, be honest with me. I said, have they took your DNA? He said, no. I said, well, that's a good thing. I said, your DNA at the crime scene. He said, they had took my DNA, it's not going to be there.
All right. If you don't have anything else, Mark, we're going to go ahead and conclude the interview at 11:02 a.m.
Mark's statements put serious allegations on Charles. It wouldn't be anything special, as false accusations like this happen when inmates try to get a deal with officers or get their sentence lowered. But in this instance, too many details added up. Details only the killer or someone heavily involved could have known.
What did he get in exchange for that information, I wonder? What did they work out with this nigga? Because this nigga, he told everything. What did they get? What did he receive?
One of those was his claim that Charles had lured Katie to a location near the abandoned house. For detectives, this suddenly made sense of why her car had been discovered just a few miles away, abandoned without a struggle. Charles also allegedly told his bunkmate that he and John wrapped Katie in a tarp to move her into the basement. This matched forensics, which had already indicated she'd been moved after death. Now detectives have a chilling theory of how that happened. It was now a very big chance for the detectives to possibly catch one of Katie's killers, a chance they couldn't afford to waste. So without hesitation, they brought Charles in, hoping for the biggest breakthrough in the case yet. But detectives knew getting Charles to talk wouldn't be easy.
Look at that hairline, y'all. Look at that thing right there. Look at that thing right there.
They didn't have enough evidence to pin him down, and they needed something, anything, that could make him slip. So they decided to take an insane risk. They came up with a plan to push him over the edge. They would bluff, pretending that John had already been arrested and was ready to testify against him. If Charles believed it, the pressure might finally make him talk. But if he didn't, detectives would lose their best chance to get the truth.
He definitely gonna believe it.
please take the polygraph test.
Let's get away from the polygraph, okay? Because you've been saying that ever since I read the warrant to you, okay? Because it's not looking good for you, okay?
I have absolutely nothing to do with that girl's murder. Can I please take a polygraph test? Can I please take
Let me tell you that John was arrested in New Jersey. Okay? And he's staying like a bird to those investigators.
I don't care what he told you.
Well, you should.
I was not there.
Investigator Manley told you that John was arrested earlier.
Okay.
And he's talking. What do you think he's saying?
I don't know what he's saying. I don't know, but I know I've never seen that girl a day in my life.
You were both there, Charles.
No, we was not.
As soon as the question...
Hold on. This nigga John Gayka? Is he doing like some zesty? Are y'all picking that up too? What the fuck? I was not there. I was not. Oh, John, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, they finna crack him open.
Questioning starts, Charles demands a polygraph, and detectives know exactly what that means. Polygraphs aren't reliable, can be manipulated, and their results can't be used in court. It's an easy way out. Simple yes or no questions instead of real confrontation. And before long, his avoidance turns into an act of ignorance.
I never seen that girl.
But you knew that they were married, and you knew that John had problems.
No, I did not know.
You told me at the Fountain Police Department that John has talked about how she was fucking his career up.
That was a lie.
Wait a minute. Is him and John lovers? Or are they fucking with each other? All right, let's keep watching. Hold on, we on to something here, y'all. I think they might have been butt buddies. They might have been butt buddies, man. We gotta watch this nigga right here.
Everybody singing like a bird. I never had no weapon. You will not find no fingerprint on no weapon that I touched. Number one.
Why is that?
Because I wasn't there. I didn't touch no weapon. I never had no weapon.
But he said, I'll never find fingerprints on a weapon that you touched.
Yeah.
So,
I guarantee
have you ever told anybody that you're involved in this murder?
Do I look stupid? Do I look like I would just go inside of a fucking jail to some guy I don't know and say, hey man, I murdered some girl?
You know what it looks like? It looks like you were remorseful for your actions. Well, let me ask you this. Where's the phone that you had that you communicated with Katie on?
Who's Kate? The girl that died?
Yeah.
I never communicated with her.
Where's the phone?
What phone?
The phone that was used to communicate with the girl the day that she was murdered.
Only phone that I had was the one you confiscated and the one in Miss Christie's house.
Even after the detectives bluff and revealed the testimony his previous cellmate made about Charles' involvement in the crime, he denied everything. Still, detectives couldn't ignore the phone data placing him near the house or the chilling details from his bunkmate. With no confession, all they could do was wait. Charles's DNA was now added to the samples already being tested against the evidence found beneath Katie's fingernail.
Whoa. This is a cold plot twist. If this was his lover and the lover helped kill the wife and then he set it up to be him, to get him caught so that he could run off with his 17-year-old girlfriend. Oh my fucking God, this is crazy. This is crazy. What the fuck? John is not to be trusted, man.
And when those results came back, they would finally reveal who was truly involved. Over 2 weeks have now passed since the last lead on the case. With false leads and missing crucial timelines, it was becoming more and more possible that the real killers of Katie would never be found. Until the detectives got a call from Hannah's parents, with information that could soon result in solving the whole case. Hannah had resurfaced, stating she had been abandoned by John and would soon come back to her hometown, so law enforcement would be there, waiting for her.
Oh, no. Dog. So he probably done told her all kind of shit. John probably done told Hannah all kind of shit. Hannah knows all kind of shit. And they was faking love when the shit happened. So she trying to be solid. Now, John done got on this road. He ain't got no money. You know how that shit go when y'all broke. Y'all arguing. He don't want to share no food with her. She's like, I can't do this anymore. I'm going home. Bitch, get on out of here, bitch. Get your ass up out of here, bitch, when they find you in the goddamn middle of the forest, too. And she's like, I'm out of here. So she calls her mom and her dad, and the police is going to be waiting for her. And she finna crack like a breakfast egg and tell everything this time. And that wagon's going down.
It was now the day when Hannah was supposed to come back to her home. Law enforcement secured all entries to the city, as well as all possible places she could go to. And finally, at 9 a.m., she would be spotted near her family home. From there, she would be instantly detained and taken to the police department for interrogation. For the detectives, it was now or never. That was their biggest chance of finding out what had really happened and who is truly responsible for Katie's death.
What was the game plan when you guys left?
I don't think we really had one. Like, I guess both of us just kind of panicked. And he decided that he wanted to leave, like, the state. And we, like, drove up into the mountains, and he just got the car, like, stuck in trees, like, in the mountains. So I was like, what are we gonna do? And he said that we would hike. I kind of, like, stopped, and I was crying, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I was like, I need to go home, like, started like yelling at me and calling me names and saying that if I left, like, he was gonna kill me. Then, like, one morning, like, he had gotten up and left, and I was just like, I'm not just gonna, like, sit here. Like, I got up and I went to, like, down the street to, like, a hotel, started crying, and then I sent a message to my mom and dad.
Hannah continued describing their time on the run, doing her best to avoid talking about the day of the murder. It went on for nearly 2 hours, and by then, the pressure had clearly worn her down. That's when the detective would start asking her the difficult questions, causing Hannah to break, revealing everything she knows.
All right, exit the chat. Here we go. But what made this man think that a 17-year-old girl would thug it out with him on the road? 17 years old. What would, y'all don't got no chemistry together? Like, this ain't, if it's somebody you've been with for 10 years, 15 years, they'll probably thug it out with you. Broke, rich, whatever. This is a girl you just got with, bro, and you're broke, and she's 17 years old. She ain't even experienced life yet. And you think she gonna stay down with you, nigga? She's out. And now look what happened. Here you go.
Let's go back to that Monday, okay? Because we now have conversations between you and him on Wednesday about he's going to meet up with her, he's going to drink some beers with her at this abandoned house. He says he tries to meet up with her, it doesn't work. But then lo and behold, she's found at that abandoned house that he was supposed to go meet up with her at. Meanwhile, he randomly asks you to drop her off on Woodruff Road, or drop him off on Woodruff Road, and doesn't tell you why or anything. Okay? So can you please tell me what the game plan was? What did he tell you he was going to go and do?
He told me that he was just going to go.
What?
Talk to her at work.
You drove him over there.
He kept telling me, like, every day that, like, it was my fault, and that he did it for me, and, like...
What did he say he did for you?
He said that... when we were in Oregon at the casino, he, like, yelled it really loud. He said that he killed her for me.
Damn. And there it is. And listen, they got the fucking text messages between y'all. The Facebook Messenger.
Hannah, was there a plan before this to get rid of Katie?
No.
Not from you, but did John ever talk to you about getting rid of Katie? Honestly.
No.
What did he tell you about killing Katie?
He just said that, like, it was really, like, bloody. He told me that the knife broke.
Wow.
He just said that his handle broke. The knife. The last thing she said was ow. And she said that before that if he let her go, that she wouldn't call the police. Where were they, honey? In the abandoned house.
And you don't know exactly where he could be or where he's headed, right? Okay. Hannah, did you have anything to do with killing Katie? And the reason why I ask you this is because we're still hunting for John.
Right.
Okay? And as much as you think John cared about you, from an outsider's perspective, not knowing you, not being your mom, he doesn't.
Unfortunately, Hannah's statements proved far less helpful in finding John than the detectives initially hoped for. Although she stated that John confessed to killing Katie and provided some new insights, she didn't know much about Charles's involvement. And while she could be arrested, detectives decided she might prove more useful free.
They're gonna sacrifice her to get to the bigger fish. We gotta get Charles and we gotta get John. That's what they're saying. We don't want her. Fuck her. We want Charles and John. Let's get these motherfuckers. John is right here in our custody. We gotta put that together. And Charles in our custody. We gotta find, okay, I see what's going on.
After all, they now had her back in the city and under close watch, which seemed like a small success. What they didn't realize, however, was that this was all part of John's plan. Planting Hannah back in the city to infiltrate the case and feed him exactly what detectives knew, keeping him one step ahead for years to come. Almost.
What? Wait a minute. This nigga is cold.
3 months had passed since Katie's body was found in the basement of the abandoned house, and the killer was still out there. But on that particular day, the long-awaited DNA results finally came back, and the results of DNA found under Katie's fingernails pointed to no one else but John himself. With the DNA matching to John, Wayne was cleared, but detectives still believed Hannah or Charles might have helped, or at least knew far more than they admitted. Detectives already knew that John was only using cash and most likely a fake ID, so all they could do at the moment was wait for John to make a critical mistake that would allow them to catch him. But John was careful, very careful. It had been over 7 months since Katie's murder and 6 months since John went on the run, when on May 21st, 2017, investigators received tips and possible sightings of John in Washington, over 2,700 miles from South Carolina, where Katie was found dead, and over 300 miles away from where his red Yukon was found abandoned. Acting on these leads, they canvassed local businesses and retrieved CCTV footage from a parking lot in Washington where John was captured on camera.
What is that? Is that a rental car? Is that an Uber? What are we looking at?
Unfortunately, despite getting close, John managed to slip away, vanishing off under the radar once again. For the next year, the investigation hit a standstill. It wasn't until September 6, 2018, almost 2 years since Katie's death, when Hannah finally revealed that John had given her his journal and tools to hide, a crucial piece of evidence that would shift the case in a new direction. The journal became a pivotal piece of evidence, revealing John's state of mind and his premeditated intentions. It confirms that John's actions were driven by a deep desire to be with Hannah and his willingness to kill Katie to make that happen. During her interview, Hannah admitted she had been John's girlfriend and that she had been in constant contact with him before Katie's death. She also confessed that she had hidden John's journal, which contained disturbing entries about his obsessive thoughts and plans to escape with Hannah. This was the last significant breakthrough in the case for years.
This nigga a sicko, bro. This nigga is really a sicko. This nigga's in love with this little girl and writing a journal about killing his wife over her. That's how much he loves her. I gotta kill her to get her out the way. But see, the girl was like, hey, you gotta prove it. She was egging it on. Oh, no, know, man. She's just as guilty. Shit.
With no new leads, the investigation stalled. Detectives spent the next few years chasing down small tips and piecing together fragments of information, but nothing substantial came of it. The case gradually faded from public attention. Then, in 2022, 6 years after
Damn.
Katie's death,
6
everything
years.
is about to change. After over 6 years of dead ends, U.S. Marshals and local law enforcement
And he's still in Oregon?
tracked John down in Oregon. He had erased his
What?
past, now living under the alias Ben Klein. Under his new identity, he had started a fresh life, marrying a new woman and leaving his past behind.
Oh, shit.
The arrest felt surreal.
What?
John, who had spent so long evading capture, was now cornered. After years of hiding in plain sight, the truth had finally caught up with him.
How? How did y'all put 2 and 2 together that John, whoever this Klein nigga is John? How did they put that together after 6 years?
And the case was nearing its resolution. However, the mystery of how Katie was lured to the abandoned house remains unsolved to this day. Her phone was recovered damaged, limiting investigators' ability to access message content and app-based communications. And while rumors suggested Charles Scott might have had contact with her, this was never confirmed. With no physical or forensic evidence tying him to the crime, he was ultimately ruled out as a suspect and never sentenced.
Oh, shit. Damn. Oh, I just knew that nigga had something to do with it.
2022, during an interview after John's arrest, Hannah revealed for the first time that she and John had been in regular contact throughout the years he was on the run, continuing to text and communicate, even after she had returned to South Carolina. This new revelation shed light on her role in helping John evade capture. Finally, on September 20th, 2024, John Blauvelt was convicted of Katie's murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole. Hannah...
Man, what the fuck? Nigga, you on the run for murder. You beating a body and you still in contact with the girl that's back in the city where they're looking for you at. Because you're so in love, all while having a new relationship going and a wife and a whole new identity. But you so motherfucking strung out on this young girl that you just can't stay away. And that's probably how it went down from her. That's probably you got caught.
Thompson was charged with obstruction of justice and accessory after the fact, receiving a sentence of 10 years.
Oh, shit! They gave her 10 years? Wow. Damn. Wow. They gave her ass 10 years, bitch. You want to get in the way? You want to harbor this nigga? And you ain't going to tell us for 6 years? Oh, yeah, you out of here. Why would you even come forward and tell us? Or they probably was pinging hacked your phone. Who knows what the fuck they did, man. That's a crazy one right there, man. That was a crazy one. God damn. Hour banger, man. Let me know what y'all think about the situation, man. That was a crazy one. Who else thought Charles was guilty? I for sure did, man. John, where did you mess up? I still didn't get that connection. It had to be through her and them figuring out through her for sure. Nigga had a whole new life, y'all. He went about, that is crazy. He went about his life, got a whole new name, started a goddamn, I ain't gonna say a family, they didn't say kids, but a marriage. That's crazy. But it happened all in the same goddamn place where they found his red truck in Oregon. Why would you stay in Oregon? I don't know, man. People are crazy. Let me know what y'all think about this situation. Is 10 years too long for her? Was she just in love and lost? What y'all think about him? He got what he deserved, but let me know what y'all think, man. I'm gonna give y'all 2 seconds, smash a like, and as always, get ready for the next reaction.